What's up, YouTube? You know what time it is. It's Mighty Fan time, and this is, Mighty Fan's Jersey Vlog Volume 9. Can't believe it's almost up to 10. One away! So this vlog, I thought I would touch on a little update as to what's going on. As I said some time back, one of the things I'm looking at doing is trying to get things ready so that we can get this house on the market and move. For me to get a spot, for my mom to get a spot. And at first I thought, I would go the condo route. Well, I looked at a place that I really liked a couple weeks ago, and I liked it. It is a good place, certainly, but it just doesn't have enough space. So I went from, going the condo route to going the house route, which is a considerable, step. When you consider property wise, when you consider, land and whatever wise. But I figure it's the best thing for me because it's just more room. More room to store things. Not just the Jersey collection, but I have that the Mighty Mouse collection. I decorate like crazy for different holidays. I mean, Halloween's my favorite holiday, so I go all crazy for that. I have all the different decorations for that. Christmas decorations, all these holiday decorations. And, obviously some of the furniture I want to move as well. It just would be more doable if I got a, not a big house, but, a smaller house. Certainly smaller than this. This is a little too much. Now, the house I'm in right now is the only house that I've ever known. I'll be 38 on Sunday. And this is the only home I've ever lived in. So, there is something about that. When you live in a house basically your whole life, you do kind of get used to that life. And not to say that a condo couldn't be like that, or any other kind of living situation, apartment or anything like that. But there is something to be said about a house. It's like you live in that your whole life. That's what you just get used to. And there is something to be said. It doesn't matter if it's a house or a condo or what have you. There is something to be said about owning a property, and having your name attached to attached to a home. Attached to something that you can 100% call your own. This was a huge decision for me. It was probably one of the once all said and done, it's probably going to be one of the greatest accomplishments for me that I've had since I've gotten that back there on the wall. My diploma from, at the time it was Cabrini College, now it's Cabrini University, but that was certainly a great accomplishment for me back in 2012, winter of 2012, and looking at trying to get my own property is going to be a very big accomplishment for me too. And so the goal right now, what the plan is anyhow, is between Halloween and Thanksgiving, I would have moved out, moved into to Mighty Fan's Den, as it's going to be called. And that's at least the plan. I really am in the early stages right now. I'm actually using the services of my stepbrother, who's a realtor. And, we're going over, he was over the other day. We actually looked at the property the other day. I thought on paper it looked pretty good, and on the computer it looked pretty good. But, seeing it in person, it was a very nice place. It was very close to here. It was like 2 blocks away. It's like, boy, I can't really get away too far, can I? It was like literally 2 blocks behind me. I'm like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? So, I liked it, but it just, there were things about it that I just felt, it's just not me. And, if you're going to own anything, it has to be, a reflection on yourself, particularly a house. particularly a home, whether it's a house, condo, what have you, apartment, anything. It does. It has to be kind of a reflection of your own. And like once you find that spot that you know for sure, without a doubt, that this is, this is me. This is me. And of course, the price range, helps too. You know it, and when I was in that house, I liked it, but you know what? It just didn't feel me. It just didn't feel me. So one of the things that I'm trying to find, because I have ideas for what I want, and one of the things I want is a finished basement, and a finished attic, with space that I can store things, rooms, so that I can store different stuff, and all in all, I just want something that I feel, that this is mine. That when I see it, even when it's not furnished, when it's not, when it doesn't have all my stuff in, I can just envision where I want everything, where everything's going to go, and okay, this is it. This is the spot. So I'm actually going to look at some places next Tuesday, with my stepbrother, and we're gonna, he sent me a site with some, properties on there. I picked and choose from them, some stuff in the area, because I'm gonna still live in the area. I mean, this has always been home for me, and I want to still stay somewhere where I'm close to work, and close to all the amenities, that we have here. Like, I do have a car, but public transportation is nice. To get to the city, sometimes I just don't want to drive. And pay all the parking and everything there, and what have you. So there is that kind of freedom with that too. So yeah, I definitely want to stay in this area, and so I'm going to look at some properties on Tuesday. I already started the pre-approval process for a mortgage. I think one of the things that people, and probably some of you have already done this before. This is my first time doing this. So for some of you, it's like old hat maybe, but I mean, there are so many things involved. It is a big, big project, process and project. It's something that could take up to 2 months, to complete from the time that you pick a spot and put a bid in until closing. It could take up to 2 months to do everything, unless you're paying up front with cash. If you're paying up front with cash, it's done. But I'm going the mortgage route, at least for now. I tell you, man, they they want so much information, which I had. I mean, I was able to find everything needed, and I got that sent off. I scanned stuff today, just emailed it off to the company in charge of going through the pre-approval process, and then the mortgage process. So there is so many things that you have to have at your disposal. There's so many steps involved. And when my stepbrother was over here the other day after we saw the one house, he went over the whole process, and this is what it's going to be. And I mean, he's really good. He's really good at what he does, and I completely trust him and his process for what it is to to get me into my spot. So basically, I'm hoping, if all goes well and I find something that I really would like to can envision myself in, and okay, this is it. Get the ball rolling. Let's get this process going so that we can meet that kind of deadline between October or between Halloween and Thanksgiving. So what would happen after that is that I would get my spot, and then in the spring, early spring, we would try to we would do what has to be done by that time to get the house ready to be put on the market, get it on the market. Hopefully it sells within a few months or so, and then my mom can find a spot too at the time, and bingo bango, we're all done. And that's if everything goes well. I mean, you just never know sometimes with these things. Life happens, other unexpected things can happen, but at least that's the goal, that's the plan. So what does this mean for jerseys? Well, a few things. When you talk, I talked about this before in the previous vlog. I don't know why the heck I said journal, but it definitely vlog. It is kind of like a journal, right? So, So I touched on this before. When you're moving an entire collection, that's definitely something that's going to be interesting. So yeah, that's going to be part of the process, and that's also part of the decision making for the place that I want, because I want a place that has room. Closet space is nice too, although I do have a lot of the stuff on racks, so that's not a huge need, but it is nice. It's something nice to have. I mean, this house here has good closet space, so that's certainly a plus. Um, but yeah, I mean, getting ready to move everything and then move everything. I mean, my goodness, that's going to be pretty crazy. How many bins is that going to be? Can only see the look of the neighbors' faces of me wheeling all these bins and what the heck does that guy have? But also what it means is I know that I do these these monthly videos, the pickups of this month or that month, and I will have the pickups of August in about a week and a half or whenever the end of August will be from now. But it does mean I do have to scale things back pretty dramatically. One of the things that they do once you're pre-approved for a mortgage is you're pretty much under a microscope. I mean, they watch everything, and you really shouldn't be spending a whole lot during that time, because they do kind of monitor what you do. They want to make sure if they're pre-approving someone for a mortgage, it's not someone that's just wild with spending. I'm not wild with spending. I wouldn't, go as far as to say that, because I do try to get deals and don't go crazy all the time. But, even with that, I mean, I do have, you have to be careful. And, so I'm definitely going to scale things back collecting wise. And also I look at it as, if I get more stuff, it's more stuff I'm going to have to move. More things that are going to have to go in those bins. So definitely, I'm going to be scaling things back to the guys who are part of those groups on Facebook, and also my viewers here in YouTube, in the community on YouTube. Don't think that I'm disappearing. I mean, this is as part of me as I just feel it's like it's part of my soul. And I love the collecting. The throwback jersey game is something that I'm really passionate about, proud to be a member of this community. I'm never going to leave. I know life throws a lot of things at people. I mean, we've had people that have been big parts of the community, and then life happens and they kind of drift away. But I definitely am going to still be a part of this community. I'm just going to have to take a little hiatus for a bit. Maybe I have a pickup here and there, but it's not going to be anywhere near, what I was doing, only because the more important thing right now is to get that house, and then to move in there, get some appliances after that. I'm going to need to get a bed and a, refrigerator and all that stuff. Some stuff I'll take from home, but some stuff I'm going to have to, pick up. So, there's going to be that aspect of it. And also, again, because you're kind of under the microscope for a while, while they're going through the process. So I really, shouldn't be, going after different things. And I keep, it's so funny, because it's like now that I have to do this, all this heat's coming up on eBay, and Mitchell and Ness is putting out all this stuff, and it's like, ah, geez, my buddy Big Slim keeps texting me auctions on eBay. I'm like, house, that's probably going to be my next, big pickup. And yeah, big is the right term for that, because that's certainly, that's a bit bigger than a jersey, I would imagine, right? So I am going to scale things back, and, I have to do what's better. I mean, this is something that's so important for me. And so important not just for me, but for this to move this house, and to also, help my mom to get a spot. I mean, this is something that is a big step in that direction. So that's certainly something that I have to do. But I will say this. You better believe once all that's done, we get to February of 2017, and Mitchell Ness has that winter sale. Oh, that's gonna be a good day for me. I'm gonna feel like like I just got out of prison, This self-imposed hiatus from the Jersey game, right? And that's probably going to be the first sale, unless I pick up one or two things during Black Friday. But that's probably going to be the first sale that I can really do work. That's going to be a 2-card day. And why is that going to be a 2-card day? So I don't have to pay it all off at once. See, you learn things when you're in the game for a while. You learn things. So I've been noticing what Mitchell and Ness has been putting out. I've been noticing. I know it's coming to me in February. At least a chunk of it, the stuff that I really want to go after. So anyhow, that's basically a little update on that. I just, it's something that I'm excited for. I'm nervous for. I really don't know what to expect, but I do know that I'm ready, and this is going to be a long process. But it's all at the end when I am in my spot. And speaking of my spot, you will know that once I do get my place and I have it set up the way I like it, you guys are going to see it. You guys are going to see the live from MightyFan's Den. You're going to see that vid of me showing off the new digs there. And like I said, I do want something with a finished basement because because I'm a Jersey head, because I'm a big time Jersey collector. I wear a lot of different jerseys and hats and stuff, and sometimes people really don't know what my true allegiances are to when it comes to the sports teams. Well, I mean, when I get my place with that finished basement, all it's going to be is all Philadelphia sports paraphernalia. Sort of like this room is here. I mean, with the exception maybe of a few things here and there, but just, everything's going down there. Phillies, Flyers, Eagles, Sixers, everything, some collegiate stuff. It's just all going to be Philadelphia. And that's where all the games are going to be watched. I have my TV down there. All the games are going to be watched down there. Super Bowls will be watched down there. Hopefully one day I'll see my Eagles win one. All championships, everything. That's all going to be down there. And it's all going to be surrounded by nothing but Philadelphia sports paraphernalia. So anyone that has any question as to what the rooting interests are, you're not going to have any questions after seeing that. I know a lot of people call it the man cave, but I just got to call it the man den, because I like wolves, so I got to go with the den there. So the man den, the Philly sports man den. That's what it's going to be, and it's. I have a lot of envisions of what I want to do, and it's going to be pretty cool. I have a lot of ideas what I want to do, how I want to set up like a room just for the jerseys, kind of like I did it with the locker room when I made that a few years ago here. It's going to be similar to that. I have ideas for that. I got the Mighty collections, at some aspects of that, some places, the walls of the house. There's not going to be any cutesy, floral patterns or anything like that. No. All the walls, all it's going to be is sports, Mighty Mouse, wolves. And Deftones poster, and my diploma will be up there too. But that's all that's going to be around. So sort of like what you see here, it's basically going to be all over the house. I'm a single man; I can do it. That's one of the benefits of being single. I can just do up the house the way I want it, because it's mine. Mine. But anyhow, that's just like I said. I really am looking forward to this, and I look forward to getting this done. And once it's done, you guys are gonna see it. And you know what? And if the Jersey Heads community, you guys are welcome to come down and visit. But I will say this: there's not going to be a guest room. So if you want to spend a night, you're going to have to do so on the couch. There's no guest room. The guest rooms are going to be occupied by collections. So. You have to sleep on a couch, on a chair, on a table, whatever. You can't sleep in a guest room because there is none. That's just how MightyFan rolls. That's just how his house is going to be. But let that not deter you from visiting, because you certainly can. And if you want to like bring a house welcoming, jersey gift, feel free. So anyhow, long story short, I know it's a long story. It's been 20 minutes, this video. But long story short, I'm looking forward to this. This is a huge decision for me to make. And I feel I'm making the right decision. And after all the work is done, with the process of getting the place and then moving in and going through that big move, I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. So I hope you guys hung in there with me for 20 minutes. I know I kind of yacked away, but I just, I had some news there I wanted to share with you guys. And as always, thanks for the support. Thanks to all my subscribers, fellow Jersey heads out there, all the groups on Facebook, family, friends, fellow DeviantArt members, anyone I'm forgetting. As always, this is MightyFan's saying peace. Big things happening, big things happening in the next few months. So it's going to get interesting. But I look forward to the challenge, and I look forward to someday, when that time comes, to show you guys, the new spot. So anyhow, all right, everyone, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. All right.